Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club and the Essential Film Reviews Collection, and I bring you from 2022 The Whale, directed by Darren Aronofsky. Written by Samuel D. Hunter and based upon his own 2012 play of the same name, The Whale is essentially the last will and testament of a dying man who, through the depressive fug of seeing his life partner die, has resorted to binge eating to extreme excess. It's also the final week in the life of a man who desperately wishes for a brief reconnection with his estranged daughter, as I need to know I've done one right thing with my life. But he already has, and he will continue to do so long after his impending death. That man is Charlie. Charlie, Brendan Fraser. Oscar nominated for an actor in a leading role, Fraser produces the finest work of a career I've appreciated since the turn of the century, and the Mummy franchise, as well as Crash in 2004. In a somewhat paradoxical way, Charlie only sees the very best in other people as he exclaims excitedly that people are amazing! Yet he doesn't see that quality in himself. Despite his size, ill health and a seriously debilitating failing heart, he refuses to go to the hospital and I'm not interested in being saved. He seemingly has no time for the labours of life, be they a carer, a religious missionary, or even an errant daughter, but rather he wants their friendship and companionship when not busy with the twin passions of his life, eating and being an online English tutor. Tellingly, towards the end of the film, he invokes his students to write from the heart and to be themselves as he too reveals himself on a webcam for the first time, to the gasps of horror from his students. Mr. Positive he may be, but Charlie has been on a downward spiral towards his own death for some time now, and whilst infuriating a carer who desperately wants him to seek hospitalised care and help, he only wants to spend valuable time with a dangerously wayward daughter he only sees the very best in, and to say sorry, repeatedly, over and over and over again. Sorry? With a cast comprising of just 6 other roles surrounding, interacting and intersecting with Charlie's life, Samantha Morton comes and goes in a heartbreaking cameo of righteous anger as his ex-wife and mother of their daughter Ellie, who was brought to vivid life by Sadie Sink, fresh from her overwhelming success in the Netflix series Stranger Things. I hate everyone, she exclaims angrily, and Ellie sure does, hating herself, everyone in her orbit, despite seemingly manipulating them constantly too, but she reserves a hatred for a father who abandoned her and despises what he has become. Ty Simpkins portrays a teenage man-child missionary who accidentally falls into Charlie's life, and whilst it's not a cult, he takes a rather childish and age-appropriate approach to saving Charlie into his church, in a fantastic performance that also, because of the way he stumbles into Charlie's life, felt a little forced, but which also developed brilliantly as the story gathered pace after the halfway mark. The Whale has 3 Oscar nominations for this year's Academy Awards, and in addition to the nomination for hair and makeup and Brendan Fraser's central performance is Hong Chow for her portrayal of the long-suffering carer and only friend Charlie has in the guise of Liz. Chow is magnificent in a role that spoilers won't allow for its complicated nature, but rest assured she is far more than the put-upon carer come nurse come only friend Charlie really has. There's a difficult balance here between patient and friend, carer and enabler, but the human relationship between the two also shines through as Charlie can really be himself when with Liz. And I felt saddest of all when I read the boring chapters that were only descriptions of whales, because I knew that the author was just trying to save us from his own sad story, just for a little while. With a 6-minute standing ovation at the Venice International Film Festival, 4 BAFTA nominations and 3 Oscar nominations, there is an incredibly sad story to be told with The Whale, and no doubt the praise has been immense, and the anger and vitriol evening out the critical response. The film itself broke me way before the end credits with its stark reality of a sweating, wheezy man driven to the compulsions, addictions and obsessions that thematically run through every film from Darren Aronofsky. It's difficult to watch and even comprehend at times. There's a man destined for death, but not actually seeking it, but who's rather exhausted by a life that haunts him, and for whom saying sorry is a reflex action to the people he only sees the very best in, even if, like Charlie, they don't see that human goodness in themselves. Just below Requiem for a Dream and above Black Swan on the grimness scale, The Whale is highly recommended, if heartbreaking and an incredibly difficult watch at times. And that was The Whale, brought to you by Stephen Blackford, writing pointless, spoiler-free film reviews since 2012. And I leave you in peace as I always do, and in solidarity. And I truly and sincerely thank you for watching. Peace everyone.